Let me paint a picture. It's 8:47 p.m. on a Tuesday night. A young couple is sitting at their kitchen table scrolling through listings. They've spent weeks looking online, saving homes, and talking about whether now is the right time to buy. Then they find it. The perfect house. The location is right. The price works. And for the first time, they're excited enough to pick up the phone and call.
But the agent doesn't answer. Maybe they're having dinner. Maybe they're with family. Maybe they're showing another property. Maybe they simply don't hear the phone. Whatever the reason, the call goes to voicemail.
The couple leaves no message. Instead, they open another listing and call a different agent. That second agent answers. A conversation begins, an appointment gets scheduled, and eventually a commission gets earned.
What's fascinating is that the first agent may never even know they lost that opportunity. No callback request, no email, no form submission, nothing. Just a prospect who quietly moved on.
Now, imagine a different outcome. The phone rings, an AI voice assistant answers immediately. The caller is greeted professionally. Questions are asked. Information is gathered. An appointment is scheduled. And the agent wakes up the next morning with a qualified lead already waiting in the CRM.
That's not science fiction. It's happening right now. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. How voice AI is helping real estate professionals capture opportunities that would otherwise disappear forever.
And today, we're talking about something every real estate agent understands: leads. Not just generating leads,
Actually capturing them before they disappear.
because here's the reality. A potential buyer sees a listing at 9 p.m. A seller decides it's finally time to move and picks up the phone on a Sunday morning. Or a prospect calls while you're showing another property. What happens next often determines who gets the commission.
And unfortunately, for many agents, the answer is voicemail. The call gets missed, the prospect moves on, and the opportunity disappears.
Today's episode explores how voice AI assistants are changing that equation by answering every call, qualifying prospects, scheduling appointments, and updating CRM systems automatically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We'll discuss how the technology works, what kind of results real agents are seeing, and why this may become one of the most important competitive advantages in real estate over the next few years.
Let's dive in.
But before we continue,
Make sure you pound that like button.
and subscribe to our channel to get our latest videos on AI.
And drop your thoughts in the comments section. We want to hear from you.
You would think that with websites, social media, text messaging, and online forums, phone calls would be declining as a lead source. But that's actually not what we're seeing.
Exactly. A phone call is still one of the strongest buying signals in real estate. When someone calls, they're usually not casually browsing. They're looking for answers now.
And that's what makes these calls so valuable. A web form can sit in an inbox. An email might go unread for hours, but a phone call represents urgency.
Think about it. Someone just drove past a property, they saw a yard sign, they've been thinking about moving, and they decide to call. That moment of intent is incredibly valuable.
The challenge is that real estate professionals aren't always available. They're showing properties, meeting clients, negotiating contracts, traveling between appointments, or simply enjoying time with family.
Meanwhile, the prospect doesn't care. They simply want an answer. And if they don't get one, they're likely calling the next agent.
That's why missed calls aren't just missed conversations, they're missed opportunities. And often missed commissions.
Let's put some numbers around this. Imagine an office misses just 3 qualified leads every week. Not 30, not 10, just 3.
If the average commission is around $8,500, those missed opportunities could add up to well over $1 million in potential annual revenue.
That's a staggering number. And most agents never even know those leads existed.
That's one of the biggest hidden costs in real estate. You can't follow up on a lead you never captured.
And many of those missed opportunities happen outside traditional business hours: evenings, weekends, holidays, times when consumers are actually researching homes and making decisions.
The irony is that while agents are sleeping, buyers are shopping, and sellers are thinking about making calls.
So let's talk about the solution. What exactly does a voice AI assistant do?
Think of it as a virtual receptionist that never sleeps. When someone calls, the AI answers immediately. No voicemail, no hold music, no phone tree.
Instead, callers are greeted naturally, and the AI begins a conversation, not a robotic script, an actual back and forth discussion.
The assistant can ask questions like, are you buying or selling? Have you been pre-approved? What's your timeline? What area are you interested in?
As the conversation progresses, the system collects information and qualifies the prospect.
Then comes the really powerful part. The AI can schedule appointments directly onto your calendar, transfer hot prospects immediately, or place lower priority leads into follow-up workflows.
And every detail gets documented automatically. Call recordings, transcripts, notes, summaries, everything goes directly into your CRM.
By the time you start your day, your pipeline is already organized.
Now, some people might ask, why not just hire a receptionist?
And for many businesses, receptionists are fantastic, but they have limitations.
They work shifts, take vacations, need breaks, and most aren't answering calls at midnight on a Saturday.
Voice AI doesn't have those limitations. It answers every call consistently, whether it's one call or 20 calls arriving simultaneously.
And unlike voicemail, it actually engages the prospect. That's the critical difference.
Voicemail captures a message, voice AI captures a lead.
Let's look at some examples. One brokerage in Denver deployed voice AI specifically for after-hours calls.
Over a 90-day period, the system handled hundreds of calls outside business hours and identified hundreds of qualified prospects. Several closed transactions were directly attributed to those AI-captured leads.
Now, think about a solo agent. Imagine you're showing a home and 3 calls come in.
Normally, you'd miss them. With Voice AI, all 3 callers are answered, appointments are scheduled, and urgent buyers are flagged for immediate follow-up.
The technology scales equally well for large brokerages. One larger operation dramatically reduced reception costs while significantly increasing speed to lead performance.
And in today's market, speed often wins. The first meaningful response frequently gets the appointment, and the appointment often leads to the transaction.
Before we wrap up, let's quickly review what we've covered today.
First, we talked about why phone calls remain one of the highest intent lead sources in real estate. When someone picks up the phone, they're usually much closer to taking action than someone casually browsing online.
Second, we discussed the hidden cost of missed calls. Many agents don't realize how many opportunities occur outside normal business hours and how quickly prospects move on when they reach voicemail.
Third, we explored how voice AI assistants answer calls instantly, engage callers naturally, collect information, and qualify leads before an agent ever gets involved.
We also looked at how these systems schedule appointments, transfer urgent prospects, and automatically update CRM records without requiring manual data entry.
And finally, we reviewed several real-world examples showing how solo agents and brokerages are using voice AI to improve response times, capture more opportunities, and reduce operational costs.
The overall message is clear. The faster you respond, the greater your chance of winning the business. And voice AI makes instant response possible 24 hours a day.
Let's finish with 3 key takeaways.
Key takeaway number 1, speed matters. The first meaningful conversation often wins the client.
Key takeaway number 2, missed calls aren't just missed conversations, they're missed revenue opportunities.
Key takeaway number 3, voice AI isn't replacing agents. It's helping agents become available everywhere and at every hour without adding more staff.
The agents who consistently capture and respond to opportunities will almost always outperform those who don't.
So here's your actionable item for this week.
Take a hard look at what happens when someone calls your business after hours. Not what you think happens, what actually happens.
Call your office from another phone in the evening. Call on a weekend. Call during lunch. Call when you're busy. Experience your lead capture process exactly the way a prospect experiences it.
Then ask yourself 3 questions. How quickly does someone get a response? How much information is captured? And how easy is it for that prospect to take the next step?
If the answer involves voicemail, delayed callbacks, or missed opportunities, identify one improvement you can make this week.
Maybe that's exploring voice AI. Maybe it's improving your call routing. Maybe it's implementing better follow-up systems.
The goal isn't perfection. The goal is making sure fewer opportunities slip through the cracks because every lead you save today could become a client tomorrow.
And that's a change worth making.
Voice AI isn't replacing great agents. It's helping great agents become more available.
The technology doesn't replace relationships. It protects opportunities until the relationship can begin.
And that's really the takeaway from today's discussion. Consumers don't operate on business hours. Your lead capture system shouldn't either.
The agents who respond first, qualify faster, and follow up consistently are positioned to win more business. Voice AI helps make that possible.
If you found this episode helpful, subscribe so you don't miss future conversations on AI, marketing, automation, and business growth.
And if you know a real estate professional who struggles with missed calls and lost opportunities, share this episode with them.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time on AI for Beginners Demystified.